This is Creepy and Geeky. Welcome to Creepy and Geeky. I'm your host, Robert, and on today's weekly chat with Donna, we're talking about the stuff we got into this last week. How's it going, Donna?
It is going well, Robert. We are already, at the time of us recording this, we're already halfway through the month. So
I
that means
know.
closer to October.
Right?
I'm
Spooky
so
season is
ready.
upon us.
Man, spooky season every damn day, but I
Every
really am
day.
excited about October.
Yeah. I like October just because it's actually fall weather down here. So, or it should be closer to fall weather anyway.
Yeah.
It's getting there. It's inching closer and closer. We're getting a lot of rain here lately, so it's the last few days have been kind of rainy. Not like torrential or anything like that. It's just
hmm
been cloudy and like drizzly. So,
See, that's my favorite kind of weather
right?
too.
Like
Cloudy
I'm
and
okay with
drizzly.
drizzly. I'm okay with drizzly. I don't like rainy.
No.
Like
But if you can stay
like
overcast and like real gloomy, I'm good to
yeah.
go.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
really love that. And it's about the same here. We haven't had a lot of rain, but actually the humidity has been down, and that's what's been really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
So
it's been
I'm
nice and
super
cool.
excited.
Yeah. So it should hopefully get a little bit cooler, hopefully, and then I can finally break out my hoodies again, and that's all I'm
You and
looking
those
forward to.
damn cavity colored hoodies.
I'm
You
telling
just
you,
can't wait.
dude, you know, like that's the thing. They get the softest, most
They
comfortable.
do.
I literally like I needed a plain hoodie. I actually like looked. I was like, okay, what company is it that they buy these from? I looked at the tag and everything. I was like, okay, so let me see if I can find. And I bought like a separate like hoodie on my own, like that didn't have any artwork or anything on it, so I could have like a plain one for if I needed it for like work reasons or something like that.
Man, I can't
So
even talk because I wear all of their freaking joggers for the same reason. They're just soft and comfortable.
they
And,
are, they
working
are.
from home, I don't have to dress up. So it's like, yeah, buddy.
Exactly. So, but yeah, no, it's I can't wait. I'm excited. It's Halloween season. It's starting to get cool. That's all that matters to me.
I know that's
So,
right.
but that being said, we got some spooky stuff to talk about today. I got a couple of movies, I got some trailers, and I got some comic book stuff to talk about. So,
So I
lots and
literally
lots.
brought you nothing but trailers this week. Nothing.
All right, so should I start with the movies then?
Yeah, please, because I want to hear. I want to hear what you
All right.
saw.
So I went and saw the 20th anniversary of Shaun of the Dead in the
Oh, I love
theater.
that movie.
I don't recall ever having seen it in the theater. And so this was a first time watch in the theater for me. It was a lot of fun. Katrina went with me as she usually does,
hmm
and we had a lot of fun with it. It's just it's a great movie. There's there's a couple of moments that haven't aged well, but other than that, it's just it's not bad. So it's a lot. It's still a lot of fun, and it's just full of all the Edgar Wright goodness and Simon Pegg and Nick Frost just doing such a good a good job throughout the whole movie. It's
hmm
really a lot of fun. If you've
It's a
seen it,
great horror
yeah.
comedy.
Oh, it's one of the best. Yeah, and
It's just I find myself quoting the lines a lot. Like we to this day we still say you've got red on you, and it was so funny. My son, my youngest, was I don't know, he was probably in his double digits when this film came out, and so for his birthday one year he wanted us to get a cake that said you've got red on you because he loved it
that's
so much. And the lady when I ordered it at the bakery, she was just looking at me like, "What does that mean?" Just put it on the cake. Don't worry about
yeah.
it. Just put
Don't
it on
worry
the
about
cake.
it.
Oh my gosh. So
Oh
I'm glad that
yes.
was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun being able to see it on the big screen. And it had been a while since I'd actually watched it too, so it was nice to go back and um kind of just enjoy the whole thing over again because it'd been like I said, it'd been a while, so I didn't remember a whole lot about it. So I also saw the 4:30 movie, which is Kevin Smith's new movie.
Oh, how
Um,
was that?
it was fun. I liked it a lot. It's there's it's so funny too because I've seen differing things. Like there's some people who are just like, oh, this isn't really good. It just falls into the same old traps of Kevin Smith movies. And I'm like, look, he knows what he does and he does it well. Like
Hmm.
just yeah, everybody's got to get past that. Like he does his thing. That's what he does. He's not going to innovate. If you like what he does, that he's going to keep doing that. So you can say that about a lot of directors too anyway. So there's a lot of people who do very similar works and everything. Um but and then there were others who were saying somebody I saw one article said this was his best movie since Chasing Amy. I'm like, okay, look, okay, I like Chasing Amy. He's had a lot of other good movies since then too. So, you know, I don't like when people do stuff like that. It's like, come on. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. It's about a group of teenage boys who they're spending the day at the movies. And this is back in 1986.
Hmm.
So they're all like too young to go into the R-rated movies by themselves. And so they're movie hopping. They go in for the PG or G rated family film, and then they're going to hop into the other theaters when those after that. So into the R rated one is called Dental School, and then the other one is called Bucklick, and it's which of course obviously has the one joke where like he's like Buttlick, no, but it's Bucklick is a Fletch um clone. Like the poster for it looks exactly like the poster for Fletch.
Hmm.
And the whole story is like um kind of behind that. You don't ever see any clips from it or anything like that, but that goes into a whole thing because at one point Kevin Smith was going to direct a Fletch movie, a continuation of the Fletch series back in the I think early 2000s.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so he never ended up getting it off the ground, but so this was like kind of like for us hardcore Kevin Smith fans, it was kind of a nod to that, and so we go, hey, um,
I kind of
but
want to see that. I'm glad that you said it. I mean, I knew it would be good, and
yeah,
I knew you'd
and
have fun with it.
yeah, and ultimately it's a love story. Like one of the guys that like the main character, and he's asked this girl that he's wanted to date for a while to the movies, and she says yeah, and so it's the misadventures of them trying to watch these movies and him trying to
Have
have this
this romance.
yeah have this date with her and everything like that. So it's really it's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun for me. It's so funny too because there's a moment in there where they telegraph in it that there's this moment where they're talking about they're kind of just sitting there at the end credits, and one of the friends leans over and is like, why do we continue to sit through these end credits? And he goes, well, you remember that one movie that did have an after credit scene? And he's like, yeah, that was one movie. There's never been any others. There never will be any others. Which of course obviously there are, but also like it was so funny too because at the end of the movie they you know credits start rolling and everything, literally everybody in our theater left except for us because we were like, they told you in the movie they were going to have after credits,
Exactly.
and they did. At the end of the movie there was like, since you waited this long, and then they it's mostly just kind of bloopers, but it was cute. So I was just like, so anybody who's going to go watch the 4:30 movie, stay until the after
Stay
the
for the
credits.
credits.
Yeah.
Stay till after the credits. My goodness.
Yeah. Number one, honor the people who worked on the movie. That's by sitting there. That's what I like to do. That's part of the reason why I sit there is I may not be paying full attention to every name that goes up and everything like that, but a lot of people worked on these
Worked
movies, and
hard on
and
these movies.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's worth it to just sit there and just relax. Maybe talk to your friend who you're with or something like that.
And let
And then
all of
hey,
the other people that left early, you beat all of that trying to get
exactly.
out of the parking lot at the same
Exactly.
time, and you get to just leisurely leave the theater. I always love the end credits. I stay for everything because
Yeah.
I want to know what's going on.
Yeah. But yeah. But yeah, no, so it's a lot of fun. I had a great time with it. I think anybody who likes Kevin Smith's work, I think you'll like it too. Um, so just if it looks fun, it's got lots of great cameos. in it. Lots of people he's worked with in the past. Obviously he's prone to doing that anyway. And then while they're watching movies, there's some trailers that come up, and they're fake trailers that he made too for goofy little fake movies. I love it. It's like a nun who becomes a hooker movie. And it's played by his daughter, by Kevin Smith's daughter. So it's hilarious. It's really funny. There's a lot of funny stuff in there. So it really is a lot of fun. So like I said, if you like his stuff, go check it out.
Well, I
But
definitely will have to do so because
yeah,
I absolutely love Kevin Smith. I've loved him from the
yeah,
very beginning, so I have no
same,
doubt I'll love that.
same. There was a time I've been a huge Quentin Tarantino and Kevin Smith fan since 1994. And there was a time where I was actually going to create a whole website called Reservoir Clerks. So because of that, because I was such a huge nerd fan of both of
You
them. So
should have. Oh
I
my
should have,
gosh.
but I didn't. So, but yeah, back in the GeoCities days. Um, but but yeah, so that's all I have for movies wise. Why don't you go ahead and hit me with one of your trailers now?
Okay. So, I just came across this through one of my kids. I don't remember which one, but one of them told me about this new horror movie, and they're always giving me really good suggestions. Like, oh, this is definitely right up your alley. You would love this movie. So, it's a film coming out. It's heading to digital, I think, in this month, actually September 20th. So by Friday, it's called Invoking Yell, and
Hmm.
it's something that I normally don't like, which is a found footage film.
Oh yeah.
But this one actually has me a little intrigued because it does involve a trio of 20 something female metalheads, and they go into some deep, dark woods to shoot and record their music video. And they want to record some scary sounds from the woods. But it turns out it's sort of like a almost like a heavy metal Blair Witch because there are
Yeah.
some really scary things going on in this trailer. Um, and it's the way it's done. Blair Witch is the first thing that comes to mind, but it does have a little unique spin on it, just from the way it looks. I would advise you if you like horror and heavy metal, just check out the trailer because I think you would like it. I think you especially would like it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Invoking Yell because that's the name of their female heavy metal, dark metal band, and it's one I'm kind of interested to see. Once again, I am not the biggest found footage person. I
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just don't love it, but when it comes to things like this that's done a little differently and it looks a little different, I may enjoy this one. So that was the first one I wanted to talk about on my long list of trailers.
Yeah,
Just a lot of
it's been a good week for trailers for sure.
yeah,
I've got a few myself, so
yeah, and it looks like a lot of really creepy things are going to be happening to this trio of women in the woods,
yeah,
and
I'm definitely
um,
gonna check out the trailer on that
I
because
would I would implore
yeah,
you to do so. It's really creepy, and it looks like it'll be a good one.
yeah, I'm with you on the found footage stuff. Like I really like the Blair Witch, of course. I just bought or pre-ordered the Second Sight Blu-ray disc,
Hmm.
which is gonna have like a version of the movie that we've never seen before. At least the because so apparently the version that we've seen in theaters and also on disc and digital since it came out are basically copies of a copy of a copy.
Hmm.
There's a lot of degradation on there. So they've gone back. They went back to the source tapes, and are putting together a new version of it for this release. It's a Region B disc, so you have to have a all region player.
Hmm.
Thankfully I do. I bought one years ago. Haven't used it in a while, haven't had the need to. But but I was just like, I have to have this version of it, like this kind of definitive, the producers like true intention of what this was supposed to look like.
Hmm.
And so yeah, so found footage is kind of hit or miss for me. Like I tend to actually kind of like the mockumentary style, like Mungo. There's this series called Horror in the High Desert that I um like people just running around in the woods kind of thing.
Hmm.
You or running around in an asylum or something like that. It kind of stretches credibility for me sometimes because I'm just like, why have you not just dropped the camera?
Right,
So
exactly.
like, why are you still holding the camera? Like,
Exactly.
if they can give you a good reason for it, sure, okay. Like maybe they're all wearing GoPros or something like that. Fine, I can understand that. But yeah, if it's not that, then it just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, no, this it does sound interesting. This invoking yell, it looks kind of cool just from the pictures I saw. I haven't been able to look at the trailer just yet, but yeah. All right, so my first trailer is a movie is a new Melissa Barrera movie called Your Monster.
That was all. That was my other trailer. So you go ahead and talk about that one.
We can wait on that one. You can talk about it.
No, 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 no. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's a Beauty and the Beast style like horror comedy. Kind of more on the comedy side of things
Hmm.
than the horror side. Kind of like a romantic horror comedy in a way, obviously, because Beauty and the Beast, Melissa Barrera breaks up with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend breaks up with her, and she's kind of despondent and like miserable. And then finds a beast like dude living in her closet. Although it sounds like he was living there first from the trailer,
You're right.
and so and then just the lines that are coming from him are just they're funny. They're really funny. And it just it looks like a fun, interesting, kind of romantic comedy with some horror uh added in. It looks silly, but in a good way.
It looks adorable. I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna lie. There's a part in the trailer, you guys, where she's going to a costume party, and
Yeah.
because he looks how he looks, she's like, "Well, do you want to go with me?" And he's like, "No."
Right.
But we see her decked out as the Bride of Frankenstein, and of course they're dancing very
Yeah.
sweetly on this floor. So I'm 100% sold because
Yeah.
once again, I love her. I'll watch her do anything. But this looks very sweet in a horror rom-com kind of way.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see that that's been making a huge kind of comeback, with oh gosh, Lisa
Lisa
Frankenstein, the
Frankenstein, yeah.
whole, yeah. So it's interesting. It'll
Yeah,
be
I think
nice to
there's
see her play something light in horror because
yeah.
we've seen what she can do in other horror movies, but
Yeah.
this will be nice.
Yeah, no, I think that's kind of interesting to come like to to maybe embrace this kind of horror rom-com aspect. I think it'd be kind of a lot of fun if we get more of those. I
Hmm.
hope it's not like a couple here and there, and you know, I hope they kind of I don't want a deluge of them, but one or two here and there would be really fun because
Yeah, it's
it would,
nice.
yeah, kind of breaks up, all the grief and trauma horror that we
And all of the
get.
gore that we
Yeah,
normally see.
yeah. Because Lisa
Um,
Frankenstein was a lot of fun. So it's it'd be great to see more in that vein. So all right. So what else you got?
what else I got? Oh, so there is, and I'm laughing, but it's not funny. There is a trailer out for a film called House of Spoils, and we forgot to say,
Okay.
the Your Monster is coming out in what, October 25th? I think it's in
Oh, I don't
October.
even know.
I think it's in October. So this is why I'm kind of hyped for
You're better
October.
prepared for me than I am.
So that is coming out in October. I think it's
Okay.
around the 25th. But this one, I saw a trailer for, was for a film called House of Spoils, and this one is coming directly on Prime Video October 3rd. Really
Okay.
excited for this one because it's all about a chef who opens up a restaurant in kind of a remote estate,
Mm-hmm.
and there are a lot of things going on in this trailer. It looks almost like a haunted house version of the menu because she is a chef, so there's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of really deliciously prepared foods on screen. um, but there's a lot going on, and I can't remember the young lady's name, but she was in Dune. Zoe, I think Hedges, I think that's her name. um, Zoe Hedges does the food styling. I'm confusing her with the
Mm.
actress, but the food stylist, she had previously done the food settings for like Midsommar and Poor Things. She's done
Okay.
a lot of like really, really good looking food items and films.
Right.
So that aspect is good if you're a foodie and you're like, oh my god, I got to see how beautiful this dish is prepared. Um, I'm really excited about it just because it looks really creepy. The fact that it's on, Prime is,
Right.
I get to watch it at home because me and going out to movies doesn't happen. But if
Right.
you get a chance, it's called House of Spoils,
Yeah.
and it really does look like it's going to be one that's going to probably get under your skin, probably make you think about food a little bit differently. I
Yeah.
think Barbie Fiera is in this as well. She's like one of the people in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you get a chance, definitely check that out. It's just because I know you love the menu, and we
Yeah.
all love those type of horror movies in that localized setting
Yeah,
kind of thing.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, that looks interesting. Yeah, Ariana DeBose and Barbie Ferreira. Yeah, I saw that. And
DeBose, that's what it was. I
yeah,
cannot remember her name.
and then it looks like I just looking at the cast list, Steven Seagal's in it too, which is weird.
Oh my god.
I
That'll
don't
be the
know.
one celebrity that they end up killing or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't count it out. Honestly,
Yeah.
look at the trailer, take a
No, yeah,
look
yeah,
at it,
yeah,
and I
exactly.
think you'll enjoy that.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. So my next one is was a trailer for a new movie coming out called The Radleys.
Hmm.
And this is it's like a vampire movie. It's like a family of vampires. Um, it's it looks interesting. It's got what's their names? It's got Kelly MacDonald and Damian Lewis as the heads of this family. Um, and apparently it's an adaptation of a novel. So this is the description. It's a black comedy surrounding a family of vampires who choose to abstain from drinking blood. But when the inherent bloodlust of their teenage children is exposed, parents Helen and Peter are forced to confront who they are with the help or hindrance of Peter's twin brother, who is a practicing vampire.
Oh God.
So Damian Lewis plays both characters, and so one's more straight laced, and the other one's like got long hair, and he's kind of like more like a rocker looking dude. And so it looks funny. It looks like a nice little horror comedy. So it looks like a lot of fun. Just based on the trailer. But definitely give that a look because
Yeah, I'll have to watch that because I
yeah,
love Damian Lewis. I've been
yeah.
a huge fan of his for a
I,
while.
I've never really watched a whole lot that he was in, but I really love this show that he was in called Life,
Yeah,
back
that
in the
was
day.
where I fell in love with
Yeah, yeah. No,
him.
so that was a great show.
Yeah.
But I know he's been on other stuff like I think he's been on Billions and some other stuff that I can't think of right now. But yeah, and then Kelly MacDonald's been on a bunch of stuff. I think she was on Boardwalk Empire and uh, she's a really good Scottish actress. So, but yeah, that was the Radleys, and I'm not sure when that's coming out. Looks like it's coming
How
out.
do I know the name? Oh, Kelly MacDonald was in Train Spotting and Gosford Park. I love
Yeah,
her.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, no, it looks like a lot of fun. So,
Yeah, I definitely have
um,
to watch this trailer now that you said it.
yeah, it's got some good moments in it. All right, what else you got for me?
The last thing that I have is actually one I think we both were going to talk about, which is the new Salem's Lot trailer.
Okay, yeah,
And that is coming out October 3rd as well. I am so excited for
dude,
October.
this really looks good.
Man,
This thing has had such a hard time coming out. They have shelved it so many times,
so many
and I don't
times.
understand after having seen this trailer. Like I'm all in for this. This looks brilliant. It looks really good. I'm hoping it is anyway.
No, it will be. I can almost promise you it looks phenomenal. Now, the
Yeah.
only thing I will say, I'm not the biggest fan of the director, Gary Doberman, I think,
Yeah.
just because I'm not a fan of those Annabelle movies.
Oh yeah,
Just,
yeah. And he's written them all, yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of those,
Yeah,
but
same.
I will move on from that because this trailer does look insanely creepy.
Yeah,
Every aspect of it, and I love the fact that they kept it in the 70s, and I love the music that they used and the overall tone just in this little teaser trailer that we have.
yeah,
It looks creepy as all fucking get out.
yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Annabelle movies, but he did co-write it and wrote It Chapter Two, so I'll give him that a little bit. So he's done good with Stephen King adaptations.
Right.
So and Salem's Lot. This trailer looks just fantastic. I if anybody hasn't seen this trailer, you need to go see it because it's really good.
And I'm
I
really
like that they
excited.
set it in the 70s too, that they didn't take it and modernize it and everything.
Exactly.
So I get it kind of feels like in a way like it's a remake of the TV miniseries as well. So but yeah, no, and then Lewis Pullman plays Ben Mears, the main character in the book or in the movie. And Lewis Pullman is great. He's Bill Pullman's son, so he's a nepo baby, but he's a good actor though.
He's a
If
really good actor.
he
It's
is
so
really good.
funny
Yeah.
when I saw him in Bad Times at El Royale, I was like,
Yeah.
God, he looks a lot like Tom Holland. It's like
Right? He
Bill
does.
Pullman's his Bill Pullman's son, but he looks like Tom Holland. I mean, I'm sorry, that's exactly what he looked like in that film.
He did. He did. Yeah, he looked a lot like him.
Um,
He's also in Top Gun Maverick. He plays Bob in that.
oh,
So
cool.
yeah. So he's coming up. So it's great to see him continue to come up.
Now I feel like I'm going to be very terrified because in that trailer we didn't see the Kurt Barlow, the Mr. Barlow character.
Hmm.
So I can only imagine how gruesome that's going to be because some of the effects that they were doing in that little part that we saw, I was like, wow, this is going to have me creeped
Yeah.
out for a while.
Yeah. And we get Alfred Woodard. So like
Yeah, we get
that's
Alfred
great.
Woodard. Yeah.
Yeah. So um so my last thing is my last trailer. I still got a little bit after that. My
Okay.
last trailer is for a movie called Depravity. And it's a movie with Victoria Justice and Dermot Mulroney. And basically they think this guy's a serial killer. And they yeah, so this is the premise. A group of tenants who suspect that their neighbor is a serial killer stumble upon an art heist worth millions.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. So it looks really good. It looks like, some shenanigans are happening. But but Victoria Justice, it's good to see her like kind of playing in the horror realm. Um, so people might remember her from like whatever her can't remember if it's Nickelodeon or Disney show or whatever, whichever one it was. She was on some show, something my daughter watched when she was
Oh,
younger.
yeah. I
So
think it was, I know she was on Zoe 101. I don't know if
yeah,
that's the one. And
no,
then she
she had
also
her
had
own
that
show. Yeah,
Victorious.
yeah,
Victorious was one of
Victorious.
hers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it looks interesting. It looks like these young adults get kind of mixed up in some stuff that comes back to bite them in the ass. So it's what you get for sticking your nose in where it doesn't belong, kid.
Mind your business.
Right. So did you have anything else?
No, I'm done. So
Okay.
you have the floor right
All
now.
right. So I
I'm
have
completely done.
so I have one more thing, and it's comic book related. Humble Bundle has several really good comic book bundles going on right now. One is an Image Comics showcase, and it's got a cross section of a bunch of stuff, including a full um, set of from I Hate Fairyland, the Scotty Young comic, and Ice Cream Man, which is like a serial killer comic book. And there's a whole bunch of other really good stuff in there. Um, Definitely worth checking out. Also, just in time for Halloween, they have a collection of Archie horror comic books, including stuff like Afterlife with Archie, a bunch of the different Sabrina comics, and The Hunger, which is Jughead as a werewolf.
You sold me.
Um, so it's really they look like a lot of fun. They're a lot more adult oriented. Not like so there's like actual blood and stuff going on. So it's definitely takes your Archie characters, um, and spins them into more adult scenarios.
You've
There's
already
not like
sold me. You
yeah,
sold
yeah.
me because I was a huge Archie comic book collector when I was a teen, and to have horror, I'm definitely buying these.
Yeah,
I'm
no, it's
sorry.
really cool. Um, Also, they've brought back out the Hellboy and BPRD bundles again for an encore. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that there's a third bundle from the Hellboy universe coming after this, because it is the 30th anniversary of Hellboy this year. And so they brought it back out this encore, which includes you can buy just the BPRD comic books if you've already bought the previous Hellboy bundle, or if you haven't bought any of them, you can get them at a really great discount um, for only because the previous bundles were $18 a piece,
Mhm.
and now you can buy all of the Hellboy stuff and all of the BPRD stuff for $30 combined. So it's a really good deal, and it's really good. Even with just this stuff, you'll get the bulk of the story that of the Hellboy universe. Now there's like there's a bunch of side stuff that's what I'm hoping they'll put out in the third bundle.
Mhm.
If they do, then it'll be awesome. But I don't know if they will. But fingers crossed. And lastly, I didn't get this one, but other people might be interested. There's a huge Power Rangers collection of comics also there. So if any of you 90s kids really liked Power Rangers, you guys should check them out. I've heard they are really good. It's a really good collection of comic books. So that's they've been like it's crazy. And then there's by the time this airs, it'll already be gone. But there's also a bundle of Terminator comic books.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
that yeah, and most of those were from like published between like 88 and 90, so it was right during the dead time between the first movie and the second movie. So like they had like fertile ground to like explore the kind of universe for a bit. So it's interesting. It also includes Alex Ross's first comic book work, and Alex Ross is mostly known for his painted work that he did for the Marvels and Kingdom Come for DC. So, so lots of really good stuff on there. Humble Bundle is always worth checking out. Digital comics, it's all digital. So just be aware they usually are at least in PDF form, which is universal. There's tons of different PDF readers out there, including just using Adobe Acrobat. But they also sometimes come in comic book reader formats, which is a CBZ, like basically they're just zip folders. And a lot of times they come in EPUB format too, so you can always upload them to whatever EPUB reader you have. So they're a
So
lot of fun. Oh,
I
go
got
ahead.
a question for you though.
Sure,
With the Humble Bundle, do they only do it for like a limited time, or is
they
it how does
do.
that work?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So it's kind of
Typically,
like you have to catch them when they have something that
yeah.
comes up. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what's really fun about it is, they do it. And then, here's the thing is if you miss something, it's always possible that they'll bring it back or that some stuff in a previous bundle will reappear. So like this image showcase that has I Hate Fairyland and Ice Cream Man, like I had to weigh the options on that. I already had most of the I Hate Fairyland and Ice Cream Man stuff in a previous bundle that I had bought. But between getting the extra volumes that I didn't have that were done after that point and the other stuff that's in the bundle, it was worth it to me to get it because there's a lot of really good stuff in that bundle. So,
Well, that's cool. I
yeah.
definitely, I mean, every time you tell me about it, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to it. But no, I have to go and get these Archie comics. I absolutely
Got
love
to
them.
get the
And then,
Hellboy stuff too.
yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, the
well,
Archie should be a lot of fun.
yeah,
I did get that. I got the Archie. I've got the Hellboy. I've got the Image showcase. It's anytime Image puts out something like for the most part, like I'll grab whatever it is. Because you unless it's like mostly stuff I already have, and then I'll have to be like, I don't know if I really want to pay. Now, to be fair, like, what is it? It's that um image showcase bundle right now it's $18, and I think, let's see. Yeah, so it's got 44 volumes in it, and I ended up um there were only 10 that I previously had. So it's still worth it. 33 volumes, and by volumes I mean they are collected editions, which is usually, six to,
Hmm.
six plus, four to six plus um issues worth. So depending on the thing. But yeah, no, like I said, Ice Cream Man I've heard is really good. I haven't read it yet, but it's like definitely a serial killer thing. I Hate Fairyland is really, really good. There's a bunch of Merca and Dolfo's stuff. Mercy, Sweet Paprika, and Unnatural. Um, there's a you'll like this. There's a like a spooky Western comic called Pretty Deadly in it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, written by Kelly Sue DeConnick, and she's the one who kind of reinvented Carol Danvers um, a few years back, and how she's Captain Marvel now.
Right.
So yeah, so there's lots of good stuff in this, so definitely worth checking out. Um, and you know, my highest recommendation goes to the Hellboy and BBRD stuff, because I'm a huge Hellboy fan, and
Right.
I think everybody would like that stuff. So, but
Well, that's
yeah,
really cool. Thank you so much for
yeah,
sharing that, because I
yeah.
am definitely gonna have to go now and get that.
You should, for sure. All right. Well, as everybody knows, you have your own podcast called Dawn of the Dead. Um, and, we would like to find out what you've got coming on this week.
Well, since I'm still talking about my September sleepers, I
Yeah.
actually decided to do something a little newer because I'm always
Okay.
doing older
Yeah,
movies.
yeah.
So I wanted to talk about Humane because that just came
I
out,
have not watched
and
that yet. Yeah.
oh my goodness, then you can't listen to it yet.
Yeah,
But
no. I'm gonna watch it
um,
this week.
yeah, but it's really quite a good first outing, in my humble horror nerd opinion, from Caitlin Cronenberg, who's the daughter of David Cronenberg.
Right.
And it's probably a very funny look at class and climate change. And you would not think it would be as darkly funny as it is, but it is. Um, but that's what I'm talking about this week. So you can just jog over and listen to my episode. It is spoiler free. I did make this because it's brand new and I didn't want to give
Good.
too much away for
Yeah.
anybody who hasn't seen it yet. But
Yeah.
that's what's up this week at Bat. So
All right. Well, I'm gonna try and get out to the movies this week. We'll see what happens before we record next week. If I do, there's a couple of movies I do want to see in the theaters. One is called The Substance. We previously talked about that.
mhm.
That's the new Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley movie. That looks really good. That's the one that's highest up on my list of ones I want to
Right, that
watch.
looks really good.
So that one's coming out. I'm hoping I'll be able to go see that this next Thursday. But also the new Halle Berry horror movie, Never Let Go, comes out this week too. So I might not be able to see that before we record, but hopefully I'll get to see that sometime within the next week and a half. So maybe it'll be on the next episode after that. So
Well, I look forward
those are
to
the
a
big
full
ones.
report on both.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, no, they both look great, so I'm excited for both. So all right, that's all I have today. And so I appreciate you coming on, and uh go make sure to go check out her podcast and go check out her series. I just listened to I finished listening to your last episode on oh, what was it? Now I'm
I don't know,
completely
what was
blanking.
it?
I don't know. I'm completely blanking now. Oh my God, my brain is dead.
I
Um,
I'm not gonna tell you,
I
just
know
on
you're not going to
principle
tell me
alone.
because you're just mean. Um, I'm not looking it up on Spotify. I actually am. On The Empty Man.
You said I'm not looking it up. Yeah, I totally am. I was gonna say it, but I was like, I'm gonna give him a couple more seconds to
Yeah,
stew in
yeah.
this.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that, you jerk. um, yeah, no, The Empty Man. So yeah, I need to
Yeah.
rewatch that because I only saw it once and I didn't love it. I thought it was okay, but I didn't love it. I think I gave
I
it
mean,
like
you'll probably watch it and
yeah,
still think it's okay.
yeah, probably. But who knows? But yeah, no, it's but it does. I need to go back and rewatch it just because after hearing you talk about it, I got to go back and rewatch and
Yeah.
um see if I might like it better. Because like yeah, I what you said on there is that like it's one of those movies that you have to watch. You don't have to watch it multiple times to fall in love with it or whatever. But I think watching it multiple times gives you like maybe better
A little better
grasp on it.
appreciation
Yeah,
of it. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, no, definitely. Gonna watch that. It's only $5 on Vudu right now, so I might just buy it. Um, so we'll see. But all right. Well, thank you again for coming on. It's always great having you here, and it's always fun talking to you every week.
Absolutely.
Uh, we'll talk to you again next week. And until then, stay creepy. Thanks for listening. If you like what you've heard, please consider giving the show 5 stars and a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And share the podcast on social media to help spread the word. Make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast app or at creepyandgeeky.com. Music for the podcast is Gratitude, composed by Harper Smith. You can follow the podcast by going to creepyandgeeky.com and clicking on any of the social links. If you'd like to follow me, you can find my links at geekthulu.com. You can support the podcast by ordering teas and more on TeePublic or by donating to the coffee page. All of the links are in the show notes. Finally, don't forget, stay creepy.